Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to Waves of Healing. We are dedicated to communicate to you and provide you with information of being aware and keep open mind to alternative ways of healing, whether it's physical, emotional, or spiritual. I'm your host, Leah Yekutiel, coming to you live from Los Angeles, California, every Tuesday at 3 p.m. Pacific Time. I'm a reconnected healing practitioner, a breast cancer victor, not victim, and the author of the book, Making the Breast of It. In order to learn more about me and about my book, please visit my website at www.ilovemybreastcancer.com. All in one word, ilovemybreastcancer.com. And while you are visiting my website, please purchase my book and give a gift of love to somebody you love who went through breast cancer or mastectomy, where they can learn how to reclaim their femininity back, how to rebuild their self-confidence living with breast cancer or one breast, and how to accept their new image and love it, and realize that sexuality exudes from inside out and not from outside in. And the most important thing they would learn through the many exercises in the book is how to connect with the spiritual aspect of life, where they realize that we women are not only our breasts in order to be viable, functional, sexual beings. And this is very, very important for both gender to learn that and realize that, because I know in our Western society there is a misconception that women who had breast cancer are not women anymore. And this is far, far away from the truth. And this book would shed some light for both genders, how to approach this issue and how to deal with it as well. And when you are visiting my website, you have the option to download for free 25 breast health tips. And if you follow some of them in your daily life, you'll be surprised how many cancers, how many breast cancers, and how many other diseases we can prevent. Because my show is all about prevention and natural healing versus all the other Western medicine that does not help us whatsoever. So please download those 25 breast health tips and follow them. As you know, doctors can diagnose us, but many times misdiagnose us. And it's our responsibility to be vigilant about our health and take care of ourselves in order to keep healthy life. And with that said, I want to tell you who is my guest today, which I am so very excited about. My guest today is Ariyana, a star child, author of the book Light Atonement. Many of you, I'm sure, are familiar with Ariyana. But for those who are not that familiar with Ariyana, let me just tell you a little bit about her. And we are so blessed to have her live with us today. And I'm so excited that I stumble on my tongue. Anyway, Ariyana was born and raised in Tokyo, Japan. By the way, Ariyana, I was in Tokyo and I was in Japan, and I loved it.
Glad to hear that.
She moved to the United States at the age of 18 to attend the University of Southern California. It was there that she met her ex-husband, with whom she built a multi-million-dollar furniture business from scratch. After a series of revelations through meditation and with the help of psychics and healers, Ariyana connected with her life's purpose. She quit her position as the president of the furniture company, and with her help of her cosmic family, has become a healer and consultant. She lives in Los Angeles with her 2 children. In addition of having Ariyana with us tonight, we have also Kyle, whom Ariyana was working with through her revelations. And Kyle is with us also on the line. So this is going to be so exciting that I cannot imagine how exciting it is. Ariyana, welcome to Waves of Feeling. Yes, I believe you have so much to add to our listeners. Are you there?
I'm here, Leah. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, you know, when I read your book and I said, oh my God, I read every word of it, and I said, I've got to have Ariyana a guest on my radio show, because I never had channelers. This was so exciting.
Thank
you.
So,
how long did it take you, this revelation, from the beginning to where you are right now?
I think my very first spiritual journey started about 12 years ago. And my star family started to come in to speak through me about 2 years ago. So we're looking at 12-year journey, but last 2 years I have been channeling, and it has been an amazing experience.
I'm sure it was. If it was an amazing experience for me to just reading your book, I'm sure it's an amazing experience for you as well. You titled your book Light Atonement. What does Light Atonement mean?
Well, the Light Atonement name was given to me by my star family. At the 7th dimension where they come from, everything is done by light and light frequencies. So Light Atonement means, for me and for them, is fixing the problem on the planet and reversing the things we have done through light energy.
Wow. On the planet, you're not talking about individual people, you're talking about the planet itself. And I assume you're talking about planet Earth or other planets?
Correct. Planet Earth, and also, all the things we have done to the planet Earth and all the humanity, that everything is included.
Wow. So how do your spiritual teachers and guides tell you how we can approach the way in order to correct our ways, in order to keep the universe, to keep planet Earth going without destruction?
I think they keep saying the importance of each one of us working what we can do. Many of us kind of feel very lost and feel powerless, that it should be somebody else's job to take care of this and that. But in reality, all of us can do a small step to make a difference. So that be one's commitment to do something nice, one's commitment to be kind, one's commitment to love oneself. All those small things can make a big difference at the end.
Well, you are talking about being one. We are all one. Mm-hmm. If we help each other, and then we're going to get enlightened, and we can save the planet. Am I correct?
I firmly believe that.
You firmly believe that, and you are doing something about it, which I really admire you very, very much about that.
Thank you very much. I mean, it was scary because, as you know, my background is business, and I come from Japan, where the culture is very closed, and we are very logical people. And when I started speaking this light language and going to this spiritual journey, it wasn't anything I could even imagine of doing. So, but I know that there was a reason why I'm doing this, and I'm going to do the best I could to make a difference.
Yes, we all contribute a little bit, and that's what counts a lot more than only one person doing everything, because one person cannot do it, everything.
Correct.
We live on a planet that we are here for a purpose, and I believe the purpose is helping each other and grow spiritually. And apparently you did a tremendous jump from being a business lady to being a spiritual enlightened and bringing enlightenment to other people. Now, your book describes finding a spiritual being who is your soulmate. Have you found that person?
Not yet on this earth. He was with me spiritually, and we were communicating for about a year, but I haven't met him on this earth yet. But as you and me both know, we do not need other person to make you whole. I mean, I love to be in a relationship, and I welcome him or other beings to be in my life. But the purpose of my life is not just finding a soulmate to live with. The purpose of my life is, doing what we came here to do, and I'd love to have that partner next to me. That's what I would like.
That's nice. Believe me, that's nice to have a partner like this.
Mhm.
Now, the channeling that you do channeling. And this channeling, you speak in certain language that you call it language of light. And it's totally, the language is totally unfamiliar with people on Earth. How did you get in touch with those spiritual guides who encouraged you and give you the courage to speak in a language that is unknown? And how did all this come about?
Well, actually, I stumbled upon a website of some other healer who speaks kind of universal language on the other side. And in her website, she had what's called activations, where
Ariyana,
you can listen. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes.
You mentioned on the other side. Can you clarify this? Where is the other side?
Okay, the other side it's not from the third dimension. It's from different dimensions. It is from the other star lineage. I don't just call it, the Pleiadian. It's from the other language. It's from the other universe.
Okay.
And when I listened to the activations, it sounded anything I have ever heard of. That day, I was sitting and meditating, and this humming sound just came out of me out of nowhere. And I was like, oh my God. I knew someday I would channel. Many of my psychic friends and psychic healers have told me that I am going to channel, but I had never imagined it would be anything other than English or Japanese that I spoke.
Those languages that you speak on Earth, right?
Correct.
Okay. Okay, so all of a sudden something came out of your mouth which you did not understand what it was, right?
Correct. Mhm.
So how did you manage to find somebody who would understand that language? And I believe we lost Kyle, but he's back online again. And also, let me introduce Kyle also to the listeners, and then maybe we can hear you do the channeling, and he would translate it for us. Is it okay?
That sounds great. That sounds wonderful.
Okay, hold on a second. Kyle, are you back?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, wonderful. Now, can you give us some example of the channeling, the language of light?
Sure.
Can you activate all this language of light and connect with your spiritual guides at any moment?
That's correct.
Okay. So
maybe it might be easiest if you'd like to give me a question that I can answer, or if you want me to just speak to what they want to tell you and listeners, I can do that as well.
Okay, I have a question.
Go ahead.
How the practice that you are doing right now is different from religion? Kyle,
and they said that it. Yes, hello.
I got goosebumps.
No, it's very interesting. It's very when you first hear it, it's kind of like, wow, okay. When I first heard it, I didn't understand a word of it, and then as I was around her and I heard it more and more, and then I started hearing different words in there, and I would understand certain words, and so now I understand a lot of it. And they were just saying that they're not even close to a religion, because they're just like you or me, but from another place, and they were in control of another place, and they lost this place, and so they've come here to help us, and that's what they've come here to do. They've come here to help us save ourselves instead, and when they weren't able to even save themselves. So, and so they said there is no religion involved, because there's no one to want anyone to look up to them, and there's no icon, there's nothing to pray to, there's nothing to worship or anything like that. So it's not like that at all. That's why it's so different than religion. It's actually, they just want to help us do our everyday tasks and save this planet and save the trees and the nature and the animals and all the different things here.
Okay. Do they have any purpose? I understand they want to help us, but in the planet Earth, what is it for them? Is there anything for them helping us, or they just want to serve us because they have more knowledge or more understanding of the world versus planet Earth?
They don't want to see another planet be destroyed because of stupid mistakes that they're making. They've made these mistakes, so they understand that part. And Ariyana came here to help us, so she's connected to them, and so that's why they're connected to her. And so in respect to that, she's like part of them in respect to that energy. So, and so she's coming here to help us, and and they have cures to things. They have answers to some of the things that we don't even know what they all have answers to. There's so many different things that they have answers. Sometimes I'll be talking, give us something that's all like, it looks like an equation or something that I don't even know what it means, but I can write it down for you. Things like that, and so I wouldn't even know what it meant, and maybe a scientist or somebody that needed the information would know what it meant, But I can see the pictures in my head and hear them and understand them now. So, and it's just gotten stronger and stronger and stronger as I hang out with her.
That's fascinating. That's fascinating. Now, Ariyana.
Yes.
What are your plans in order to bring to light what you have in your mission, how are you approaching this thing in order to educate people, on this planet that we have so much and we have so much more to learn? How are you approaching this enlightenment?
Well, I guess, as I said earlier, one person at a time, right? That's all we can do.
Right.
For me, I would like to reach as many people as possible through my state website. I write blog every week, and with that, I write about, I just share my knowledge. I share my knowledge in English where people who hasn't even been on a spiritual journey can read it but still understand the fundamental of what we need to do. So, I reach people that way. I program crystals and sell them on my website. That crystal can really help you clear your energy and just give you, just center yourself and go what you need to do. For a bigger scale, I'd like to work with leaders and CEOs of corporations. I do a consultation business where I bring them the information which can help the earth and the humanity to, move to a next step, to bring a new technology or stuff like that. So I work in different ways. And then again, even reading my book, Atonement, my book carries energy. And each person who reads the book will receive different message. Whatever that person needs, they will get the message from the book. So I reach people that way.
This is fantastic what you just said, and it is very true. I read a book a week from all my guests.
Mm-hmm.
And I learn and I add so much more to my knowledge, and there is no end to it. And I love reading, especially anything about spirituality and about helping each other. And so my next question is, why do you think you have been chosen to do this kind of work?
Well, it's the other way around. I was told I volunteered to come to Earth to do this job. So I wasn't chosen.
Okay.
I came here with a purpose.
Okay. And later on you discovered that this was the purpose that you were born to start with. Am I correct?
Yes, but of course I didn't know that until a few years ago. That was the case.
Isn't that interesting? Would you say each one of us has a purpose who come to this world?
I believe so, but again, we are all in a different evolution. For some people, they're just beginning of their journey, so their lesson could be very, very similar. Something like, say, to learn love, or to be in a relationship, to learn, things, to make things, stuff like that. As you come back again and again and evolve, you have more difficult lessons. And so everybody has lessons, but it's not, you cannot compare the, one or the other. My saving the world is not more important than somebody else who's just learning to, learn love, because we are here in different stage of life and different stage of evolution. So, each one of us can do what they came here to do.
But some of us don't know about our purpose, and apparently you learned about your purpose like in your mid-20s or mid-30s. And some people never know what is their purpose, and some people know from really young age what is their purpose. But we all have a purpose.
That is correct. That is correct, and that is the difficult part, because many people will never know their entire life what their purpose is. That is why I think many humans are very lost, because they don't know what they are here for. So one thing I can tell you is every one of us are here to learn and grow and try to become whole. And learning to become whole, there's different layers of learning. So if you are living daily, trying to try to connect to your heart, trying to love yourself and others, that is exactly what you need to be doing. And when you listen to your heart, you know what you need to do. So it doesn't have to be anything major, because your life purpose, what you're learning, in this life is exactly what you need to learn. So, try not to look for things from outside, but instead look inside, because all the answers are inside of you already.
Everything we were born with it. We just don't recognize it.
Correct.
Yeah. And when the time comes to recognize it, sometimes we go away before recognizing it, and we come back again, and we start all over again. Oh, this is fantastic. So how about your family? I mean, you have constant connection with your spiritual guide, and how does it exactly work in the planet Earth understanding? So people can understand on planet Earth what's happening in your universe.
Okay, so you're talking about my connection with my star family that you're asking?
Right.
Okay, so with my connection with my star family, my father in seventh dimension, he's a leader of the seventh dimensions, and he has two daughters. One of them is Novisha, who is future me, and she has a twin sister, Kyra. So I speak all three of them, and usually they speak all three of them together. Their family, how they are brought up, and their connection and their family love are very similar to the one on the earth. So they feel, I think that's how I feel connection to them, because it's not much different than the planet Earth.
It's not much different, you say?
In terms of like their love and how, just parents take care of the children and that kind of thing.
I believe that's what you convey in the book also as well, right?
Mhm.
You convey the same thing in your book. The same message, yes, that they're not that much different than we are.
That is correct. We're just different in terms of they live on the seventh dimension, so their physical existence is not like ours. They can transform themselves into anything they wish. They can, go to places, with their mind, and just everything is instant creation over there. So that's different. But in reality, they're alive. They have souls. Those are the things that I learned from them.
I hear an echo. Do you hear any noises there?
I am okay.
Okay. Okay. So, would you say that everyone has a star family then?
Actually, they don't. Most people don't. They have told me that very few humans have star lineage, and that's the star families.
Very few people on Earth, you mean, have star family?
Correct.
Uh-huh. So would you consider yourself like a lot more developed in order to be able to connect with them?
Developed, I do not know. However, I do know that I'm a very old soul, and I have again. So for that, yes. But I don't consider myself very special in terms of, I don't have special powers or anything like that. And, just because I could channel things doesn't make me worse than anyone else.
Okay. But it looks like you've been chosen from birth to do this kind of work. So in my eyes, in my earth eyes, you are special. But you do not consider yourself special, huh?
Well, yes and no. I know that I have a very special power, special talent that most people don't. I do acknowledge that, and I fully intend to use that talent to help others.
This is wonderful. This is really a big dedication of your life, switching from a business lady to a spiritual consultant and to channeler, and to be able to reach so many people in order to correct the world, and so we can keep moving without destruction. You also said that your son is an indigo child. What is an indigo child?
Well, those are the children who came to Earth remembering parts of who they were, where they come from, their past. So they can become leaders if they chose to in the future. So most of us, we forget where we come from. You know, to be born to be a human being, you know, we sign the contract saying we will forget everything and we'll go through everything, you know, just from the scratch. But
That's
those
right.
children who are privileged enough, they remember. They were allowed to bring some memories from the past. So it's very easy for them to connect to their past knowledge.
Yeah, this is wonderful. I understand. Are you familiar with the Akashic Records? I'm sure you are.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you are. I'm a Akashic Record reader as well. So
Right.
What you're saying is that before birth, we sign a contract, or before birth, we sign contracts with other souls, and to help each other to grow spiritually, whatever is the reason. And after we get born, we adopt amnesia, and we forget all about our agreements, and that's what makes the other population different than indigo children, because indigo children remember about their past lives. Am I correct?
It's not necessarily their past life, but they have memories of things that it could be from the other planet, or past life, or they deeply know or see things that normal humans don't see. Like, for example, my son can see the people's aura from birth, that kind of thing.
Was he aware about it, or he became aware when you got involved so much into spirituality?
Oh no, he was aware from the birth, and he would say things like, "Do you see that, Mom?" And nobody else sees it, but he does see. Yeah. And so it was to me it was great to have, because I know I believe in him, and so I didn't close down or deny what his ability. So I think that's why he kept that. He's 17 now, and he still he's a very special child. So.
This is wonderful. This is wonderful that you have such a great relationship with your son.
Thank you so much, but I still think he doesn't want me to talk about this light language in front of people, though. Well,
I don't know if he's going to be listening to this broadcast or not, but whatever it is, I salute him. And it's a great gift to be able to do that. So whatever he's doing, it's wonderful, and there is nothing to be embarrassed about. It's just a positive thing.
Mm-hmm.
So do you have also a private life, a personal life? I don't know. I imagine channelers being constantly busy doing things for the planet Earth, helping people, consulting, and all this kind of stuff. What do you do as a personal person? I mean, in real life.
Well, I'm not much different than anyone else. I wake up to, serve breakfast for my children before they go to school. And I work, and, when I have time, I watch movies and I walk my dog. What I like to do is I like to be in nature. I like to travel to other countries. I mean, to me, those things give me a lot of energy. It's just, Earth is so beautiful, and it is really honored to be able to travel around to see people, meet different culture, eat different food. I think I love doing that.
You and I, in this sense, are perfect match. I love traveling. As I said earlier, I was in Japan, Tokyo, Kyoto, and all this kind of stuff. But I plan to go there again because when I first was there was during the 80s. But it's time to go there again, and I think it's going to happen next year. So, how your life entailed with this channel, with this? I'm totally fascinated by you being able to connect with other guides from other planets and do the work that you do.
Well, it was many years of real struggle, spiritual growth. I was physically very sick for a while. I have read hundreds of books, visited and met many healers, and went to different sacred places. I worked on my energy, for years, just continuously. So, because in order for me to be able to channel them, so they could come through me, I really have to work on clearing my energy, and my vibration and my frequency has to be like just out of this world. I mean, that is the requirement I had to go through. So, I don't want people to think I just open up one day and start channeling, because I went through years and years of, very difficult training in a way. And it was very lonely because I didn't know when or how it's going to happen. And I felt I will be doing that for the rest of my life. So now I could kind of reach where I am at. I could speak them, and I could really start going out in the world and do this work. And I'm really, really excited.
This is wonderful. Ariyana, if people want to learn more about you, how they can reach you? What is your website?
The best thing is they should go to my website. It is www.starchild.com, and it has information about my star family, for example, my channeling. People can go to my YouTube channel. They can look for Ariyana, a star child, and I have many different videos, including some activation and healings to people and past interviews. So those two things would be probably the best way to connect with me. And if people are interested in consultation with me, they can email me and I will respond.
Oh, this is wonderful. They can also get your book there and anything else?
Yes, they can buy my book there, or people can buy my book on Amazon or Audible.
So it's Ariyana, a star child, right?
It's starchild.com.
Oh,
my name is Ariyana Starchild. So you can just type Ariyana Starchild and you can find all my information online.
Okay, this is wonderful. Since we have left a few more minutes, how would you sum up the work that you do and how people can be open to it and open up their mind and think in a way that's going to be helpful to the planet?
I I guess just I would like people to again look inside of themselves other than look outside. We all have healing powers. We all have psychic powers. We all have connection to our soul. Many of us, have been disconnected from our heart, from our soul for so long that it will take us time to connect with that. So we can do like daily, very simple practices. Just connect to your heart, connect to your soul, listen to your body, and all those like small steps that I write about again on my blog, so people can read about it, and just slowly at a time, people just trust themselves and just do the right thing for them, because that's going to be the right thing for the earth.
Yeah, to do the right thing for them is going to help the earth, and it's going to help all of us.
Correct.
Who occupy this planet Earth. Thank you very, very much, Ariyana, for the work that you are doing, and thank you, Kyle, for being there and being able to translate whatever Ariyana channels, because this is really important, because if we do not have people like you, we could get lost very easily.
Oh, thank you.
Very, very,
thank
very
you. She's amazing. She's amazing. I mean, I take it as a gift that I get to hang out with her and listen to the things that she comes up with and the things that they come up with her, because they've got such great ideas and they want to do so many things. So it's really amazing, and you have no idea. Just to spend an afternoon with her is like such a neat thing. Just to see her going around and doing her thing. So.
Yeah. But you've been a big instrument in Ariyana's development from the beginning. Am I correct?
That is correct.
I came in a few years back, but I came in and we met and we connected and I could see you could see her energy, and I work with the Akashic Records too, so I've done that since I was a little kid. So being able to see those and see that stuff and things around her, you could see that she had this light around her that was like not a normal light that everyone has, and not a normal energy that everyone has. She had such an unusual energy, and she's such a humble person. It was such a interesting thing to see. And here she was running this corporation, and she had 25 stores, and she's running them all, and she's handling the whole business and just going at it. And you see her as this businesswoman, and she's just so boom, 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 boom. And just to watch her as she started to open up to this and this come out of her, it freed up her energy in such a way that it's magical to see. It's just magical. And it's magical that, she's able to do her work and she's on her path and she's doing her work, and everyone should come on there because, even if you don't understand the language she's saying, and just to listen to it, if you listen to it, you'll start to feel it, and it goes in through your body. It's almost like a vibrational energy that goes in through you. So, it really will. You'll start to see pictures and see colors and everything if you just close your eyes and listen to her even speak. So, it's really
Thank you both so very much, because this is something that not too many people can do it, and you are doing it and helping the planet Earth. So we'll talk soon. I really appreciate what you are doing, and I would like to thank also the listeners. Please go visit Ariyana's website, because there's so much there to learn. And everybody, will talk with you next week. Bye-bye.